Hello and welcome to a special launch video of Enjion. I'm really excited to say that Enjion came out of open beta on August 29th, and I want to give you a short look at some of the many improvements we've made. Let's go ahead and log in. The first thing you'll notice after you log in, if you've been invited to more than one team, is a Choose Team option. Up top, the Enjion team is one that I created, and below that is the Apps by Touchscreen team that my business partner TJ created. For now, we'll go ahead and choose Enjion, and by doing so you'll see that the team name Enjion shows up next to the slide out menu option on the left side, so you'll always know what team you're on. The app dashboard received a nice visual update. By clicking on an existing app icon, it takes you right into the app now, so you can enter new data. By clicking on the little Edit App icon, you can now directly go into the Explore, Design, Automate, or Share view. The app dashboard is now broken up also into all apps, apps that relate only to your team, or apps that you shared. As well, the app icons now have more data relating to who owns it, when it was last updated, and who it's shared with. Let's go into the settings under the main menu. You'll see that the Accounts tab here hasn't changed much since the beta. You still have the option to change your password and contact information. The only real difference here is you can now update the organization. Some additional features under Settings is a Subscription tab where you can change your plan. The Theme tab where you can change your theme from Pearl to Onyx. And the Advanced tab where you can delete your team or delete your user profile altogether. You'll notice if we go out to the main menu, you'll see a new option called Team, and right next to it you'll see a little button that says Switch. By clicking that, you'll be able to call up the menu that we first saw when we logged in and switch teams. By clicking on the Team option under the main menu, we go into the Users tab, and under there you can invite users to be a part of your team by typing their email address into the top bar and hitting Enter. Once invited, you'll be able to change their role under the User's Role drop-down at the very top. Or you can specify a user-specific role, and you'll be able to select from the great number of many options below. For now, we'll go ahead and select an editor theme for John Doe. Here, you can also uninvite a user as well. Now if we go under the Roles tab, you'll notice a number of preset roles with a little lock icon on the right side. And if you click on a role, you'll see what they're all about and what options that specific role has. The preset roles can't be altered, but you can create a new role by clicking on Create a New Role at top and naming it. And after you name it, you can go ahead and select again from the many options below that relate to apps, data, the team, and sharing options. And you'll see it appear after we hit Save at the very bottom. And from there, you can go back under Users, select a specific user, and select the new role that we just created. Now we'll review why users and group management is so important to Enjion workflow management. If you go back to the app dashboard and we select the design view of an app, then select one of the components, you'll notice at the very bottom we have new options. We can now select specifically who from your groups can view each component and who has edit rights to each of those components. By default, everyone has visibility and edit rights to all the components you enter. This gives you a great deal of control. Next, under Automate, you'll see a new webhook received rule option. And under there, we'll go ahead and add HTTP method and select an HTTP GET. This is another way of integrating into other apps and third-party services. You'll also notice action values on the right side you can now drag and drop, which are kind of like variables that will just pre-populate with information specific to that automation value. Next, we'll go into Share. And under Share, you'll see three new options. The first option is to share your app publicly. And by doing that, you'll be able to copy the code for your app and embed it into another website. The next option allows you to share your app with specific people. And the last option lets you control who you share your app with by the groups you've created or by the default groups. Finally, we'll go into the Explorer view. Visually, not much has changed under the Explorer view, but you'll notice a few tweaks. Now if you sort under a number, you'll see some math being performed on the lower right. Also, under the app options, you'll be able to hide columns, which is really helpful if you have a lot of columns and you only want to focus on a few. And then under your app options, you can export your app data and do a bulk export of all your attachments if you'd like. Finally, the last thing I'd like to cover under Explorer is these new search options. We've switched the way search works by enabling a more rules-based approach. So now you can add a rule that says any budget that says $800 will show up, and you can stack these by saying the name of the project has to include the word project. This helps you whittle down what you're looking for pretty quickly. Well, thanks for watching. We really hope that you find these new features as exciting and as beneficial to your workflow as we hope you would. If you have any questions, suggestions, or any issues, please feel free to reach out to us at contact@enjion.com. Thank you.